Okay, back again. This is not gonna be gaming related video. We're gonna talk about a woman that was charged with child abuse that also had a YouTube channel running. So I'll read the article and then I'll share my thoughts in between. And I'm already apologizing if I if I incorrectly say certain words. As you can imagine, I'm not an English native. But let's get into the article. Ruby Franke, a Utah mother known for chronicling her strict parenting style, was arrested after one of her children ran to a neighbor's house seeking help. A Utah mother who chronicled her strict parenting style on YouTube and other social media channels was arrested and charged with aggravated child abuse this week after one of her children climbed out of a window and ran to a nearby house seeking help, officials said. How far must you abuse a child for him to just climb out of a window and ran to a nearby house for help? It's saddening whenever these type of things happen, but let's read into it. Ruby, 41, was arrested on Wednesday in Ivins, a city in southern Utah, at the home of Jody Hildebrand. Her business partner, who was also arrested, Miss Frank, hosted the now defunct YouTube channel 8 Passengers, where she posted videos about her parenting approach with her 6 children, including refusing them food as form of punishment. Nice idea. Instead of actually educating the child or showing them why that was a mistake or anything, you punish them by not giving them something essential. It's basically torture for a child. Mr. and Miss Frank Hildebrand were each charged on Friday with 6 counts of aggravated child abuse, according to the Washington County's Attorney Office. Each count carries maximum sentence of 15 years in prison and a fine up to $10,000, the Attorney's Office said. According to an affidavit, I'm sorry if I mispronounced it, Frank's 12-year-old son, identified as RF in the document, climbed out of a window at Miss Hildebrand's home and went to a neighbor's house on Wednesday morning asking for food and water. The child had duct tape on his ankles and wrists as well as an open wound. He appeared to be emaciated and malnourished. Oh boy, like I said, it's torture for the child, and then turns out they are just torturing the children. Duct taping. Why do these type of parents even have children? The neighbor called the police, who then found Frank's 10-year-old daughter Eve at Hildebrand's. She also appeared to be malnourished. The affidavit said both children were taken to a hospital. The boy was placed on a medical hold due to his deep lacerations from being tied up with rope and from his malnourishment, according to the affidavit. Frank was seen on a YouTube video filmed in Hildebrand's home that was posted 2 days ago, adding that Frank and Hildebrand, 54, had knowledge of the abuse, malnourishment, and neglect. The 2 children were believed to be in direct care of Miss Hildebrand, the police said in the affidavit. A search of Hildebrand's home found evidence consistent with the markings found on the 12-year-old. The police contacted the Utah Division of Child and Family Services, and a total of 4 children were taken into its care. A judge on Thursday denied bail for both Mr. and Mrs. Frank Hildebrand because of the severity of injuries of her 2 kids located in the home, according to court records. At one point, Frank had nearly 2.5 million subscribers to her channel, following the lives of her 6 children, Shari, Chad, Abby, Julie, Russell, and Eve. In 2020, Chad, then 15, told YouTube viewers in one family video that he had been sleeping on a beanbag for months and that he had lost his bedroom after playing a prank on his little brother. How has she not been arrested faster than this? She has a whole YouTube channel with so many subscribers that gets so many views, and there is the children claiming that they are denied certain things, sleeping on beanbags and stuff like that. How could you not at least investigate that? For how long has she been doing this? Even recorded this stuff? But let's continue with the article. In one video recorded by Frank and reposted to TikTok, she said her daughter's Eve's teacher had called her to say Eve had come to school without a lunch. Frank said that the teacher was uncomfortable with her being hungry, but that Eve was responsible for making her own lunch, and that the natural outcome is she's just going to be hungry. Hopefully nobody gives her food, and nobody steps in and gives her a lunch, because then she's not going to learn from it, Frank said. Oh boy. It's one way to teach a child to make her own stuff and be independent and all, but this is ridiculous. You're not teaching her, you're torturing her. You can teach and you can decide of different type of punishments, like clean the house or something. Instead of she didn't make her food, now you're gonna starve for the rest of the day or longer. It's ridiculous. And it depends on the type of food. If you expect that, I don't know, 10-year-old or something to cook a full-blown meal to school, it's quite ridiculous. Being in the kitchen is dangerous. I'm not saying you cannot teach them to cook, but from the sounds of it, it's not about teaching her to cook, it's about her doing it on her own. And if you want the child to learn how to cook and be independent, you have to guide them, first and foremost. Second of all, because she's so young, you should supervise her in the kitchen, instead of, by what it sounds like, you would have just let her do her own thing, and if she didn't, then so be it. A YouTube spokeswoman, my apologies, Nicole Bell, said in an email on Friday that 2 channels linked to Frank had been terminated. Frank now appears on social media channels on behalf of Hildebrand's counseling business, Connexion's Classroom, which claims on its website to empower people by educating them with principles of truth, learning to be honest, responsible, and humble. The 2 appeared frequently together on an Instagram account called Moms of Truth. It was not immediately clear who was representing Frank or Hildebrand. A lawyer of Frank's husband, Kevin, did not immediately return a request for comment. Shari Frank, now a junior at Brigham Young University, posted about her mother's arrest on Instagram saying justice being served. We've been trying to tell the police and CPS, which is Child Protective Services, for years about this, and so glad they finally decided to step up. She wrote, referring to Division of Child and Family Services, kids are safe, but there's a long road ahead. She did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Ellie, Julie, Daryl, and Bonnie, who claimed on Instagram to be Frank's sisters, said in a statement on Thursday that they had done everything we could to try and make sure the kids were safe. Over the past 3 years, the sisters also documented their own family lives on social media. Robbie was arrested, which needed to happen. Jody was arrested, which needed to happen. The statement said the kids are now safe, which is the number one priority. So even her family knew they were abusing the children. They said they tried everything to make sure the children were safe. But is it true? If there would be evidence of them being abused and in such harsh conditions, like torture, I'm pretty sure if you presented that evidence towards Child Protective Services, they should have done something. But maybe not, seeing as she had such a huge YouTube channel and still it took so long for authorities to do anything. But it might be more complicated, but situation that I just don't know about. But I just wanted to sort of inform about the situation on you all. And well, that will be all for me. So I'll see you guys next time.